Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only, Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Man, oh man, oh man. You know what, y'all? I mean, really, the goodness of God is overwhelming if you think about it. I mean, really, really think about it. Even when your circumstance doesn't look so bright, even when you're going through something that's causing you discomfort, pain, even in that, God's goodness is actually overwhelming. Because don't forget, while you're going through this moment, first of all, this too shall pass. But also, secondly, remember, man, ain't everything else that you've gone through that seemed so insurmountable at the time, didn't you get past that too? I mean, it's amazing if you really think about it. You don't get stuck on any one issue your whole life. The only people that get stuck on an issue their whole life is people who won't let it go. That's really all it is. There are people who exist, and you may be one of them. Oh, please know I've been guilty of it myself before. But I learned something. There are things in my past that I just would not let go of. It was done. It was over with. I was past it. But I would not let go of it. It was over. The dude that did it to me didn't exist no more. The problem that it created didn't exist no more. The only problem that kept hanging on was I would not let it go. And man, you can't go forward if you're going to keep looking in the past. It's an impossible thing. It's like driving a car. If you keep looking only in the rearview mirror while you're driving, you're going to crash pretty soon. And a lot of people just keep crashing over and over and over and over because you won't drive your car. You keep looking in the rearview mirror at the past. Oh, woe is me. Oh, you know, they did me like that. You know, I ain't been the same since he cheated on me. Oh, man, ever since she stole my money, I ain't been the same. Man, she played me. And ever since that, I done treated women differently. You may have some deeper stuff going on, but eventually, guess what? Do you understand that when you have a relationship with God, you can take that to him too and drop it off and leave it there? Do you know that he can fix and heal that? Maybe it's something serious like that you need fixing or healing from. A relationship with God can fix and heal that. But man, come on, y'all, whatever it is, and I'm not trying to downplay it or make it act like it wasn't traumatic in your life because, oh, God, you don't want to, you don't want nobody to do that to you because you want to be the poster child for misery. So please don't let me take that from you. If that's your position, that's your Hall of Fame card you hanging on to. I'm the poster child for misery. Oh, no one is more woe than me. Then please don't let Steve try to take that from you. You go ahead and hang on to that. But let me tell you something, though. If that's what you're going to hang on to, that's what you're going to always be, the poster child for misery. At one point in time, you're going to have to get on and move past it. Sometimes, man, it's merely a simple thing of taking it to God and leaving it there. You know, some people don't have money for therapy. Some people don't even know who to call for therapy. God is the best psychologist in the world. He can fix it for you. There is nothing too hard for God. You know, when something seems impossible, y'all, God does the impossible all the time, every day. You want to know how I know? I just look at a couple basic things. Do you know that sun comes up every day in the morning? It comes up in the east and it sets in the west. You can't do nothing about that. Or you can wish, because you planted your flowers on a certain side of your house. You can wish all you want that maybe one day he would bring it up out the northwest so those flowers would no, it's going to come up out the east. And once the sun hits the horizon, when you look in the water, like if you ever out in LA and you see the sun going down, once you can visually see the sun touching the horizon, you have 3 minutes. You have exactly 3 minutes. You can sit there with your watch. You can time. You have 3 minutes and it's gone. 3 minutes is gone. I read that somewhere and then I went and tried it. It's gone. Every day, if it's clear enough, not cloudy, once the sun touches the horizon on water, you got 3 minutes. When the wind blows, you can't do nothing about it. He can bring it from the northeast, he can bring it from the west, he can bring it from the south, he can bring it hard, he can bring it cool, he can bring it hot. It's certain things that God does the impossible all the time. How those stars sitting up there, how can you find these constellations, the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, Orion the Hunter? Oh, that's God. That's God. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You can't reach them stars, you can't shoot at them, you can't move them out the way. Orion the Hunter's belt is going to beat them 3 stars at an angle. You can call it what you want to call it. It's still, that's what it is. See, he does the impossible all the time. He created heaven and earth. You're saying that God can't get you through your past. Somebody did this to me. It's the worst thing. I had the worst childhood of anybody. God can't get you past that. He can move heaven, mountains, earth. He can form the Grand Canyon. He can make the water come over Niagara Falls 24/7. He can't fix your little bitty past, yours. It's amazing how people make their problems bigger than God. Somebody told me one time, stop telling God how big your problems are and start telling your problems how big God is. And go on with your life. Quit driving your car looking in the rearview mirror. Ain't nothing back there but your past. And if it was hurtful or painful or something you just felt like you can't get over, take your problems to God and leave them there. You hear the old spiritual, all you've heard it. Take your burdens to the Lord, leave them there. You hear it all the time. But you think that applies to everyone but you? Come on, man. There are a lot of people out there going through much worse than you have and have overcome it all. Why won't you take the step to overcome your past so you can get on with driving your car and see where God's trying to take you? But it's a trick of the enemy. The enemy tricks you from seeing your future by having you constantly looking in your past. Man, it's a trick of the devil. If the devil just let you quit, if he would just let you get to driving your car and look out into your future shows hopefulness. You have hope when you see the future. But he can keep you in misery if he keep you looking at your miserable past. God looking for you, man. God would love to hear from you. Let's spend some time talking to God today. Hey, God, what's happening? It's me. I know I ain't talked to you in a while, but I feel bad about that, but I need you. He know that. Everybody should say that prayer all the time. It's cool. All right?
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
911, what's your emergency?
He shot her. Oh, my God.
It's a nightmare we could never have imagined.
And a killer who is still on the loose.
My small town rocked by murder.
There are certain murders I'm scared to discuss.
In the 1980s, we're in high school losing friends, teachers, and community members. One after another for a decade.
We weren't safe anywhere.
We're teenagers terrified to leave our own homes. Would we be next? Who is killing all the kids? And why?
In that moment, I saw rage.
And why do some want the town's secrets to stay dead and buried forever?
I'm not sure why you're digging up all this old stuff again, but I'd be careful. Don't say I didn't warn you, Nancy.
Listen to The Murder Years on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Steve Harvey Morning Show again. Without further ado, I'm glad. I'm grateful. I appreciate God for waking me up this morning, giving me another chance, another shot at it, to make my dreams come true, to fulfill my mission in life, to finish up. I'm really sitting here just waiting to see what all God got for me. Because I'm telling you right now, it's got to be something big coming for us right now. It has got to be. I'm just sitting here waiting and holding on. And you ought to understand that now. Whatever you're going through, man, whatever you're going through is preparing you for what you asked God for. So let's get it on. This is the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I'm shining, whoa, I'm shining. That was a good time for a gospel song. That was it, shining. by Sister Arnell Peterson. Shining. That was her favorite song. Shining, I am shining, shining, brightened up by God. That was Sister Arnell Peterson's favorite song. She the only one knew it because she wrote it on the way in. Ain't nobody knows Shining but Sister Arnell Peterson. Shirley Strawberry, Carla Farrell, Mississippi Monica Jr., government name Kill Spates, and the legend that is the fisherman from the north. From the north.
From
Ladies
the north.
and gentlemen, the legendary nephew Tommy. Well, y'all, here's the deal today. We're going to do the regular show right now, as promised, because that's what we do. We have an entertainment, motivational, uplifting show, informative, sprinkled with ignorance from time to time. And then today, later on, we're going to get into some things on the strawberry letter. Mm-hmm. Y'all been sitting there waiting all weekend. The waiting is over. We're going to do a strawberry letter. It's going to be live this morning.
Yes.
The only difference between this letter is at 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Only good thing about this letter is I don't have to print this one out. Ain't nobody got to ask me, Steve, you got your letter printed? No, hell no. I'm living
That's
it.
behind the thing.
Yeah, I'm in the damn letter. We is the damn letter. I'm sitting up and finally. You know, all these years I've been thinking, man, did I write this strawberry letter? Well, you can quit thinking today. Yep, your ass is the strawberry letter. Ladies and gentlemen, Junior. What's going on with you today, man?
Well, Unc, man, this morning, Unc, you really did me wrong, man. I don't know how to feel about myself right now because, you talked about my hairline. You talking about I got to come in here every day and watch my hairline go back. And it really, really hurt me right there because now I know my hairline is going back and you watching it every day.
Well, it's on the Zoom right now, Junior. Yeah. Anybody that's watching this
know
Zoom.
It was going back?
No, it looks fine to me.
Oh, okay. See, that's because it's gradual. Yeah. But see, if we don't see you for 2 days, we can see a quarter-inch movement. Like right now, really it's behind your headsets right now.
See, you really hurting me.
Yeah, but it's okay, though, Junior.
Yeah,
me and Tommy, we dealt with it. Yeah, it's time. Walk towards the light. You got to walk towards the light because the hairline is walking back.
Coming up in 32 minutes after the hour, we'll hear from Reverend Motown and Deacon Def Jam and church complaints right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for church complaints with Reverend Motown and Deacon Def Jam.
This morning, we gather ourselves in the most prosquivious way.
Come on here now.
As we dovulate down the road of exaltation.
Exaltation.
And as we back down the road of memorization, contemplation, and sometimes constipation.
I don't know how you got to.
We difolate. Come on now. Difolate.
Break that down if you would.
Well, if you difolate, that's better than dying for early. See that there? See that there?
Boy, that boy's a genius.
Them words right there, you got to know how to use them. Come on, Deacon.
All right, let's get down to business here. We had a new member join the church Sunday. We are so proud. Coco Golf joined our great church on Sunday morning. Yes, and she wants to lead a ministry called Backhand the Haters. Members would be given tennis rackets, and she would teach them how to backhand the haters. All right, but this needs your approval. Now, the only problem we have is if them backhand haters ministry get with them folding chairs, we gonna really have a problem, Pastor. But that's on you if you want to allow backhand the haters.
We're going to allow anything Sister Golf wants to do. I watched the tennis tournament, and they handed her winning check of $3 million.
Yes,
Pastor.
According to my calculations, right after she joined the church, that should be $300,000 to us.
Off the top.
10%.
So she can be the backhand ministry, the forehand ministry, if she cut this check, she can be the minister.
You leave?
What?
You know,
she can serve. She can serve.
Serve. Well, choir. What she want to do? Show love that victory, though. Thank you.
All right. Here's another issue, Pastor. Brother Norris Fleming came home early from work last week. He was feeling good and told his wife a joke. Now, the joke must have been good because a man under the bed started laughing. Turns out it was Brother Tisdale that's over the senior choir. Bail is $10,000 for Brother Fleming, and Brother Tisdale is in ICU. Do we want to bail out Brother Fleming?
No, we're not going to be able to bail out Brother Fleming. And we won't be visiting Brother Tisdale. I noticed he was on the sick and shut-in list.
Yeah, he got beat pretty bad.
I was up at the hospital, coincidentally. I walked past the room, and I noticed the clipboard said Charles Tisdale.
Yeah.
But I looked in, and I guess Norris had whooped his ass so bad, I didn't recognize Brother Fleming. So yeah. I know he's in there. And I walked past Tisdale's room, but I didn't even recognize him. So
yeah, he won't be out no time soon. From what they
no. Oh, he whooped him something.
Well,
terrible.
From what I understand, he jumped on that bed up and down 2 or 3 times before he actually got out from under that bed. So he was up under there.
One thing about it, damn sure wasn't funny no more. That's for sure. Sure. Promise you that.
Here's another situation that's going on in the sanctuary. I don't know if you know nothing about this. Sister Juanita put the air in the sanctuary on 50, and the thermostat is stuck. It's her hot flashes again. Now, Brother Nelson has put a space heater underneath his pew, and now everybody is fighting to sit next to him. You're going to have to fix this.
Well, there's really nothing I can do now, is it? Nothing. The thermostat is stuck on 50.
Yeah.
All of our older sisters in here is loving it because it's controlling the hot flashes. Brother just got the space heater under his chair. I don't really know what we're going to do about this here. I think it's a fine opportunity to raise some money for the church. We're going to be passing out jackets and scarves next Sunday for $4. A jacket scarf rental for $4.
Rental?
You know, you rent them, you got to give them back because you're going to need them at $4 a rental. You know, we're going to raise nice money off this here. Look at God.
Look at God. Look at God. All right. I think you might be able to talk him out of this. Brother Mason keeps staring at his wife, Lucille. She asked him, why do you keep looking at me like that? He said the doctor told him to keep an eye on his blood pressure. They've been married 52 years. He now wants a divorce. He say he'll live longer without her. Please, Pastor, please talk to him.
Now, that is a true statement. I have been in one of those before, personally, myself. I had all that high blood pressure, cholesterol, A1C number was high.
Yeah.
Cortisol levels was high.
Yeah.
You know, all of that. So, you know, and an amazing thing happened the day of the divorce.
Yeah.
Healed. Right
good
there.
God Almighty.
The power.
Good God.
Lord, wasn't nothing wrong with me. I could see better. I quit wearing reading glasses. Everything. Blood pressure got normalized. A1C number dropped. Cortisol numbers got in line. Red blood and white blood count level out. Hormone balance got straightened out. Lost all my sleep apnea threw that CPAP machine away.
Yes.
Knee joint pain got better.
Hey,
Stop
Dr.
using
Motown.
Preparation H. I was just having an outbreak of hemorrhoids. They went away. Everything. Hey, glory for the dog.
All right. Thank you, Reverend Motown, Reverend Dr. Motown, and Deacon Def Jam. Coming up next, it is Ask the Chief Love Officer.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour in entertainment news, 83-year-old Al Pacino is in a custody battle over his 3-month-old child after his relationship with the 29-year-old mother falls apart. Jimmy Fallon, yeah. We'll talk about it. Jimmy Fallon apologizes to his staff for being a toxic boss. And Carla will be here with some music news. That's all coming up at the top of the hour. But right now, it is time to ask the CLO. We're going to Logan in Oxford, who writes, my fiance got drunk and admitted that he did a full background check on me and said everything checked out. He said he has trust issues. I got an attitude and left. The reality is I did one on him too. Should I admit that I checked him out too?
Yeah, y'all just start your relationship off with honesty. Yeah. See, ladies, you can't start your relationship off with honesty. Y'all the one says y'all don't tell me the truth. Oh. Then he tell you the truth. Now you mad you leaving. That's why we lie.
I knew you were going to say that.
See, if he'd have lied like I told him to.
Ooh, Lord.
Now she done wrote in now. See, all this could have been prevented had he just lied.
Just lied.
All this could have been prevented, but oh no. And then, because, listen to me, dog, they lied. They want the truth so they can act a fool. Don't do it. Don't do it. Tell it. Tell it. Tell it. Let it flow. Let that lie flow off your lips like honey.
Moving on to Simi in Charlotte, who says, my husband loves oxtail stew because one of his ex-girlfriends used to make the best, okay? That is according to him. He decided to make it for himself last Sunday, and he called her, his ex-girlfriend, in front of me for her recipe. He doesn't understand why I'm mad at him. How do I get him to understand how foul it was to call her?
Only one thing you know how you can fix. All you gotta do is stay mad. That's all. You ain't got.
Then what's gonna happen?
Just stay mad. How you gonna get him to understand? Stay mad.
He just wanted the ingredients, dog. That's all.
That's all he wanted. But how stupid are you? How much do them oxtails mean to you?
Yes.
That you done told her she make the best. And then call her to get the recipe. These some old ass people right here. Everybody in this is over 50. First of all, who the hell you know that's in their 40s that even know how to make oxtail?
Well,
who do you know?
I'm not in my 40s, but I certainly don't know how to make it.
You can't make.
Well, I know how to make them. I can make some oxtails. Yes.
One more time. Here is my statement, and I stand on it. Who you know?
It's a 40-year-old know how to make oxtails. What are you saying?
My question is, who you know that's in their 40s that know how to make oxtails?
You're saying they're too young. You're saying they're too young.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's 20-something Jamaicans. 20-something young know how to make
But Steve, you're saying they're too young to know how to make oxtails.
I'm just give me the person's name. That's all. See, it's all kinds of people. Who?
Name.
I understand exactly what y'all saying. What y'all saying could be very factual. Here's the standout statement y'all need to adjust to. Our ass ain't in Jamaica. I don't know how y'all ain't seeing this here.
Okay, can I say this? When I was 40, I knew how to make oxtails. How about that? I'm not 40.
See, I ain't go there.
But I'm just saying, I'll tell you, but I'm not 40. But I knew.
Well, let me ask you something though. Let me ask you this though.
What?
Is your oxtails better now
than before?
You know, she's in her 40s. I could cook. It's the same. They was
sure. Carl, I know you can cook. Toshton told us that.
Yeah.
Marjorie can cook.
Okay.
Well, let's just stop right here.
Whatever.
Let's just stop.
You're going to leave it alone.
Let's leave this alone.
Let's go on.
Move on.
Because there's some people on this Zoom that ain't even going to open their damn mouth. Now, Tommy can grill.
Tommy can cook too.
Tommy can grill.
Oh, it ends.
You don't think I can cook up?
Nah.
Oh.
All right.
I can barbecue. But you put me in that kitchen with pots and pans and different things.
Steve. You can't cook. Okay.
Eggs.
Breakfast.
Breakfast. I can make breakfast. I can make,
Well, we know you
salad.
can make breakfast because you did that on the air for
I did.
In the studio.
quite a few years.
Yeah, I could do that. So I ain't worried about that.
To work.
I know how to make spaghetti. I can make hamburgers and stuff like that. But now when you're off in the bacon, chicken, and all like that, I can get it in there, but I don't really know when to take it out. Not really sure. We're gonna have to take it out 3-4 times. We're gonna have to cut it open. Still bleeding. Put it back.
Oh God, it's still raw.
Yeah, it need a little more time. I don't really know the exact time of that.
All right, we're moving on to Kira and Tyler. Kira says, my son and his new wife are staying with me and they're having a lot of sex. I don't want to hear that. So am I supposed to talk to my daughter-in-law or am I supposed to talk to my son about this? I'm ashamed.
You ashamed of what?
They're doing it in the house and she can hear it.
What are they supposed to do with that?
Well, not in her house.
Didn't you just say your son is his new wife is staying at y'all's house? Mm-hmm. You do remember how you got the son, don't you? They in there letting it go.
Yeah.
Now you mad because it ain't happening for you no more.
She hating? Is that what it is?
Oh, that is hate. That ain't nothing but hate.
Well, let her know.
But your boy in there being,
Let her know a grandbaby on the way.
It could be it's an upside to this.
Yeah. They're working on it.
Congratulations.
She's saying they're having a lot. Yeah. And she doesn't want to hear it. They're having a lot.
Oh, well, I know what that feels like. Good.
Mm-hmm.
They're young and married.
Yeah, ain't no lot no more,
But why is she ashamed, though? Why is she ashamed?
Because, see, it's drumming up some other feelings. Come on.
It ain't all that hollering and all that.
Mm. Oh, she remembers when?
Because she catch herself sometimes. Go ahead, boy.
Not from the side. All right. Thank you, CLO. Steve Harvey Nation, listen up. We want to remind you about a very special live Strawberry Letter today. It's coming up at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 Central. It's going to be with Steve and I. We're going to talk about everything that's trending right now. We're going to talk about it. You don't want to miss it. Also coming up at the top of next hour, entertainment news right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
911, what's your emergency?
He shot her. Oh my God.
It's a nightmare we could never have imagined.
And a killer who is still on the loose.
My small town rocked by murder.
There are certain murders I'm scared to discuss.
In the 1980s, we're in high school losing friends, teachers, and community members. One after another for a decade.
We weren't safe anywhere.
We're teenagers terrified to leave our own homes. Would we be next? Who is killing all the kids? And why?
In that moment, I saw rage.
And why do some want the town's secrets to stay dead and buried forever?
I'm not sure why you're digging up all this old stuff again, but I'd be careful. Don't say I didn't warn you, Nancy.
Listen to The Murder Years on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, and I would argue a nation of some major filth.
Hi, I'm Gabby Watts, comedian and podcast producer. Also, not to brag, I went to an Ivy League school and majored in history and graduated highly unawarded. And I'm hosting a new history podcast called American Filth, where we're diving into the filthy underbelly of the good old US of A. I'll be talking about a founding father who died from a DIY catheter, the woman who wrote the dirtiest blues song ever recorded, how the Pilgrims smelled terrible, and of course, a 17th century bestiality panic. So join me as I plunge face first into the dirtiest people and events in the annals of American history. Listen to American Filth on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, this comes as no surprise. 83-year-old Al Pacino and his 29-year-old girlfriend are in a custody battle for their 3-month-old baby. Now, according to numerous sources, the couple split up, but reps close to Al Pacino are saying that despite the custody battle, they're still romantically involved. The child's mother is filing for full physical custody, but will allow Pacino to have regular visitation with their child. She did not request child support, but she did ask Al Pacino to pay her legal bills.
He knows good and hell well.
What?
He got to get his woman custody of this baby.
Yes.
The
Why?
baby, how old is the baby?
The baby's 3 months old.
How old is Al Pacino?
He's 83.
Where we going with this?
Yeah.
This baby is hoping her daddy make the kindergarten graduation.
If that.
This baby is hoping that her daddy even be here to take her to school. He know good and hell well he need to start fighting for custody and get his. Now, listen to me. These people that's dropping up this reports that they still having sex. Now, listen to me. She 29.
29, baby.
If she's not asking for child support, it's because there's a financial arrangement already in place. Ain't no 29-year-old girl married no old-ass 80-year-old man unless it's some money somewhere.
Yeah.
Why would you marry for love if you 27 and he 80? Because she 29 now and he 83. Why would you marry for love if you 29 and he 83?
What's love got to do with it?
Yeah.
How much love you think finna be here? You know, like when you took them vows and they said to death do us part, you really had to have a date in mind. You had to be thinking Max. You really, when the man said, till death do you part, you say, yeah, I can hang in there. What we talking about?
Yeah.
5, 4, 6, 10 max. I got 10 years. I'm 27. I got 10 years of my life. I'll be 37. He'll be gone. I'm gonna have all this here. Yeah. It's an investment plan. It's a return on investment. It's like going to college to be a lawyer. You go 4 years of college and 4 years of law school. You invest all that money and time to be a lawyer. Well, if you're a young girl, you're 27 and you marry an 80-year-old man, you know you got to invest some time before you get to him. She can figure out, start over in my 30s, and I'm having me some millions.
Yeah, and it's the physical part. She really should just take the baby, because the physical part gonna throw Al. This baby can escape Al on a crawl. He 83. Al ass gonna have some problems catching this baby. That damn baby gonna get away on a crawl. Where the baby? Al ain't seen the baby in 3 days.
Yeah, like Tom said, he a rich ass baby. Probably got a drive and everything. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
We're going to Toys R Us, Daddy. Be back.
All right, moving on to some more shocking news. Jimmy Fallon, host of The Tonight Show, has been accused of being drunk at work and throwing, quote, hissy fits on the set. In a Rolling Stone report, Tonight Show staffers say that Fallon created a toxic work environment on the set. 2 current employees and 14 former employees were involved in the report. One said there were good Jimmy days and bad Jimmy days, and Fallon apologized to his staff on a Zoom meeting, reportedly saying, quote, Sorry if I embarrassed you and your family and friends. I feel so bad I can't even tell you. I want the show to be fun, and it should be inclusive for everyone. It should be funny. It should be the best show, the best people. So that's what Jimmy Fallon had to say, and it should be noted that the former staffers are being ridiculed by the current staffers because they're saying it's not true. They're just saying they're ex-staffers, so they're a little bitter.
That's usually the case.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the band. I tell you that. He wasn't messing with the band.
Oh. Questlove and them.
No, it wasn't him.
No.
The Roots.
I mean, Jimmy Fallon, I don't know him, but I've been around him quite a few times.
And you've been on the show
quite a few times. Just a really cool dude, man. And, you know, if he had an issue where one day he came in there and he went off, the pressure of being at the top all the time is tough, man. Mm-hmm. People don't know what it's like. If you look at the ratings one day and they down, they get daily ratings. That's a lot of pressure. And sometimes you come in there, man, and you ain't yourself, but then you got to come in there and be all bubbly, lovey-dovey. That ain't how this work, man. Mm-hmm. I like Jimmy Fallon. Everybody, you don't work for the man. Just go on about your business, man. Take your old ass somewhere and sit down. So damn what he had a bad day, like you ain't.
All right, and finally, Carla is here with some music news. What you got, Carla?
Well, here we go. BET has announced the nominations for the 2023 BET. These are the Hip Hop Awards. Here's the nominations. 21 Savage and Cardi B. Love me some Cardi B. They led the nominations 12 nominations apiece. Drake has 9 nominations. Burna Boy, my jam, DJ Khaled round out the top 5 with 7 nominations each. Let's keep it going. J. Cole has 6 nominations. Coy, Larray, your song, Steve, about to catch another flight. Yeah. Our girl Glorilla and Jay-Z, they are tied with 5 nominations each. Jay-Z is even nominated for Hustler of the Year. Yeah, he is. Also, let's see.
I don't know why I ain't get that.
You and Hove can share that one. Lil Uzi Vert, The Baby, Lotto, Kendrick Lamar, Megan Thee Stallion, each with 3 nominations. Here we go. 2023 BET Hip Hop Awards set to take live in the ATL on October 3rd, and it'll air the following week.
All right. Thank you, Carla. Coming up at 20 minutes after the hour, Vice President Kamala Harris hosted a 50 years of hip hop celebration on her front lawn. Wow. We'll talk about that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Vice President Kamala Harris hosted a big celebration for 50 years of hip hop at her private residence on Saturday, and it was star-studded. Steve, of course, you were invited, but you couldn't attend because of a scheduling conflict. Lil Wayne took the stage after his performance. He thanked the audience and the vice president. Then Lil Wayne said, "I can't believe I'm here." I can't believe I am here.
I know.
Right?
I know you can't, Weezy.
I know.
I'm telling you another thing. I can't believe it either.
You're right.
There were close to 400 executives, politicians, journalists there. Too Short, Jeezy, Common, Fat Joe. Jeezy was recently on our show, by the way. Common, Fat Joe, Remy Ma, Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, MC Light, and others performed on the front lawn. Vice President Harris and her husband Doug had their own VIP section in the back, and they were up dancing during the concert. This is the first ever celebration like this for the administration, and Vice President Harris addressed the impact that hip-hop has had on the world and its importance to the Black community. Wow.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
That was big.
That was huge, right?
I saw Dougie. He was out there sweating. I said, "Come on, Dougie, teach me how to Dougie." Dougie was out there getting it. MC Light was on stage. Common. I bet you that was just a treat for everybody that was in attendance, that the vice president, how they realized how important hip hop is.
And she's from the Bay Area, so of course she's gonna have Too Short there blowing that whistle.
Blow the whistle, baby. You better blow it.
You gotta blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle.
And Steve, you couldn't go, like I said, because of conflict in your schedule.
Well, you know, what they wanted me to do was all of Weezy's hits.
That's what you wanted.
Really?
Yeah, and I ain't know nothing but wheel.
Okay.
That's the only one I knew. So,
you didn't know the Carter.
I didn't know the Carter album. I didn't know that one. So I said, you know what? Y'all might have to try to call him. That's why he was surprised.
Because you originally. Oh, okay.
Yeah, originally I was going to do Weezy's hits, but then I couldn't name two of them. So that kind of threw me out the running for that.
I want to see your set list.
Yeah, it's been a rough life for me not knowing hip-hop that well. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Well, it was big of her, though, to celebrate 50 years of hip-hop and talk about its impact on the world and, of course, the black community. That's never, ever been done before.
No. I know her husband didn't know a song.
You think
Steve
Steve
didn't know who that was?
All right, we're moving on. Coming up at 34 minutes after the hour, a Maryland police officer is suspended after he's filmed getting into the back seat of his police cruiser with his mistress while he's on duty. Wow. We'll talk about that right after this.
It would have been better off duty.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, guys, in a video that has now gone viral, a Maryland police officer named Francesco Marlette is seen kissing a woman that is allegedly his mistress, and then they climb into the back seat of his squad car together. According to the guy that recorded the video and released it on social media, Marlette and the woman stayed in the back of the squad car for about 40 minutes before getting out and going their separate ways. The alleged mistress told the New York Post that it was not a one-night stand. She described it as a 2-year romance. Officer Martlett's wife, Paula, had harsh words for the alleged mistress and posted it on Facebook, telling the mistress to, quote, rot in hell, B. Okay. Officer Martlett was suspended, and Internal Affairs has launched an investigation into his actions. Wow.
You know how tight it is in the back of that car?
No, we don't. We've never been.
Yeah, you have to turn your knees sideways. You know if Tommy think it's tight, it's tight.
Little bitty.
I'm telling you right now, you got to turn sideways anyway, because you can't. It's hard to just sit back on them cuffs.
Well, I saw it. I saw the picture, the video. He had his uniform on, and he out there hugging her. I was like,
yeah.
Are you at work?
I know.
What are you doing?
There's some crime somewhere.
Now, ain't the officer white?
Yes.
And the lady was black?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the picture I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same one. Yes.
Now the wife talking about rot in hell. See, I need a picture of the wife though.
She's black.
Oh, she black?
Oh, sucky now.
What? Say it.
He love that soul sister.
Jungle
Yeah.
What, Junior?
He got jungle fever. He got jungle fever.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a berry.
Hey, can you send me a picture of her, please? Full body, please.
Monica says, full body, we may not have that.
We got that.
You got any pictures in the back of the cruiser?
Yeah.
Well, you see that on the video. It looks like they're in a park or
quite
something.
visible.
But the worst thing in all this is his suspension.
Oh,
yeah. Well, he got suspended. Yeah. What do you say?
That's horrible for him. Because now he just at the
he's
house.
at the house.
Oh, he got to hit that.
Oh, Lord. I'd rather be at work getting shot at.
What's happening at the house?
Yeah, what's going on at the house?
Man, I'd rather be at work getting shot at, chasing down police officers, getting high-speed chases.
What is she?
I'd rather be somewhere pinned down in
What is
gun
she
battle.
saying?
Take the trash out. What is he saying?
Oh, you don't know the hell that's in that house right here.
With a sister?
So you in the back seat with this heifer. I ain't never been in the back seat of the car. Yeah. And what was y'all back there doing for 40 minutes? Huh? Baby, we was just talking. You just a damn lie. You don't even know how to talk. I'm telling you, man, it's some hell at his house.
No, she done put him out, man.
You think he's out?
Yeah, he done got put out.
Where's he staying?
I don't know.
If he had his parents' house,
he's staying in the back of that car. That's where he's staying at.
Well, he can't say that. He can't use the car.
Crime.
No.
Well, let me give you a description of his wife. She has a ring, a hoop ring in between her nose. You know that little piece that separates your nostril? She got a hoop ring in there and got her lip pierced top and bottom.
And 2 piercings in her.
So,
2 more piercings.
What that got to do with her husband cheating on her? Because she got some piercings.
And 2 piercings. Both her nostrils is pierced, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we're looking at the picture, too. What are you saying?
Oh, no. Oh, this is a crazy person. This is a full-blown crazy person.
What?
Anytime you put all that in your face, stick all them holes in your face, you crazy.
This is a mystery.
He cheated on his wife.
No, hold up. Is this the wife or the mistress?
No, you got the wife right there with the piercings.
The one with the piercings is the wife.
Right. The other one in that black
like
dress.
The red twists, locks. That's the wife.
Yeah.
He has a type.
Mm-hmm. Knock of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Lord.
All right. As you mull over the picture. All right. Coming up next, it is the nephew with today's prank phone call right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at about 4 minutes after the hour, it's today's live Strawberry Letter with me, Shirley Strawberry, and Steve Harvey. We'll talk about everything that's out there. But right now, it is time for the nephew and today's prank phone call. Nephew, what you got?
Well, a lot of cheerleaders out there. Y'all know that, right? A lot of cheerleaders.
Yes.
Football has started. Lots of cheerleaders. We got some past cheerleaders that are on this show that used to be cheering. But this right here is called Bottom of the Pyramid. Bottom of the Pyramid. Everybody can't be up top.
The flyer.
Yeah.
What's that, Steve? What's the moaning for?
Somebody got to be the base. You know who you are. Ain't nobody finna throw you up, be down there trying to brace theyself. You already know that. Quit asking your damn baby to be the one. No. Your baby the base. Bottom of the pyramid, all foes, baby. Come on. 10 people gonna step on your back. You know, come on.
You ain't gonna feel it. You be fine.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bottom of the pyramid. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello?
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 Yeah, can you hear me? I'm trying to reach Angela. Angela.
Hang on just a second. Let me turn it down. Okay, hi. Who are you trying to reach?
I'm trying to reach Angela. Is this Angela?
Oh, yeah, this she.
Hi, Angela. This is Chip. I'm the new camp director for the cheerleading camp for this summer.
Oh, hi, Chip. What can I do for you?
Just wanted to give you a courtesy call. Your daughter, you got her signed up for 4 weeks with the camp, right?
Yep, for June.
Okay.
Yep.
This is you guys' 3rd year being a part of the camp?
Yep, and she's really excited. She loves coming to the camp, and we think it's a great thing for her to be involved in. What's up?
Okay, you guys just finished the whole cheerleading season, too. Am I right? The competition season?
Yes, just coming off of that.
Right. Okay, well, we're getting ready for the summer, and everybody's excited about coming out and being a part of what's going on. So here's what I wanted to give you a little bit. Like I said, I'm the new camp director. I was just starting this job. I got a few notes that were given to me about so I wanted to give you a call and see if I could talk to you about it.
A few notes given to you about...
Yeah, just a couple of notes. I don't think it's anything that we can't make sure is okay.
What kind of notes?
Well, it's been brought to my attention that some of the parents whose daughters are out there as well, they're going to be there this summer, are a little concerned about her being on top of the pyramid, that she's is a little heavy. Should she...
What? Wait. Hold. You calling me about some other parents and said about how big my child is or how much my child weighs? Is that what you calling me about?
What I wanted to let you know is we're going to put as a base, or we're going to put her as a...
Oh, no, you ain't going to put no base. I done already paid my money. And what you say your name is? Chip? And how long have you been the director? Because I was just up there 2 weeks ago, and they told me that she was going to be in the same position that she was last year because that is what worked. That's the formation that worked. So I don't even know what you're talking about.
Supposedly some of the girls are complaining that she's too heavy to hold up. So that seems to be the problem in there. They're not getting a strong enough pyramid. And I'm going to
wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know well she ain't the biggest one out there. Have you been out there? My child is not the biggest child out there. When did you start? Because obviously you have not seen these cheerleaders. It is some baby sumos out there.
Okay, hang on a second. Angela, I want you to calm down a bit.
No, ain't nobody finna calm down because I done already paid my money, and this that I be talking about. What parents? What parents done said something? Is it Carrie?
Ma'am, I'm not gonna state who it is, but let's just say it was several.
Who are these parents that's got something to say about my child and her position on the cheerleading squad? Because if you ain't finna fuck up no names, then I don't understand what you calling me about. I tell you one thing: when she get out there, I done paid my money. She better not be on no base. She better be in the air. I guarantee you that. Right now, I've been hanging with these all season, and ain't nobody said nothing to me about and her weight and all this.
Okay, Angela, can you hear me? I just wanted you to hear me clearly. I haven't seen these young ladies yet. Once I see them, I will critique what I think.
Well, you don't even need to be calling me because you ain't even seen nothing. So you calling me with some he said she from some other parents that's been skinning and grinning in my face, and they now one of these saying nothing to me. They done been in my house. We done had parties over here with this competition every weekend, every other day, and they couldn't say nothing to me about my baby. I tell you what, why don't you call your girls on the three-way, Mr. Chip? If you can't call them on the three-way, I got them numbers. I call them on the three-way.
Okay. Look, ma'am, all I wanted to do is make you aware of the possibility that she may be a back.
Well, thank you. You have made me aware, and I guarantee you that if I bring my big yellow up there and come to the practice, I guarantee you she won't be no base. How much you want to bet on that, Mr. Chip?
Look, you're going to quit hollering at me. Now, I told you I would try to take a look at these girls, but I tell you what, your daughter's going to be a base or she's going to be a back support, whichever I decide she's going to do.
Who in the do you think you hollering at, Mr. Chip? That's not how this is going to go down. No, that's not how this is going to go down. As a matter of fact, Mr. Chip, are you at the registration table today?
I'm here now while people are registering. Yes, I am.
Let me turn this around. I tell you what, I'm on my way up there. Why don't you and them parents that's been complaining, why don't all y'all come to the table and we going to have come to Jesus meeting about where going to be for this coming up season? Because I'm not going to tolerate this. I done told you, I done paid my money, and this how it's going down.
That's gained weight.
What is it to you whether gain weight or not? What does that have to do with her cheerleading?
Do you agree that probably bigger than most of the girls on the team?
It's not bigger than most of the girls on the team. Monique's daughter is bigger than and she wasn't no base last year. They hyped up, so she gonna get up too. We all just gonna be big and plump up in the air. I done turned around and I'm headed to your little registration table, so you better be ready. You better be ready.
Before you get here, there's something else I need to tell you.
You ain't got to tell me a thing. All you got to do is have you and the parents around that table when I get there, because I'm on my way up there right now. Then y'all can say all y'all got to say in my face.
Okay, well, I want to, before you get here, I just want to let you know.
Oh, man, what?
This is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey.
Who this is on this phone? Wait. Hold on. What did you just say?
This is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Oh. Oh, be God. Oh, Lord. Who put you in?
Rochelle. There's another parent named Rochelle. She told me y'all are good friends out there.
Oh, so she want to prank call, huh? All right, we're going to see. The season starts. I'm going to hide her daughter uniform. She ain't going to be able to perform. If that will be looking for hers. How about that? Since y'all want to prank call me?
Oh, man. Hey, let me ask you something, baby. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest radio show in the land?
None other than the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Bottom of the pyramid, okay?
Shout out to all cheer moms out there. My baby is a cheer captain. Go, Tasha, go.
Yay, Tasha.
Yeah. All cheer mommies, all cheerleaders, and all bases.
See, you can't, and y'all parents out there that's got these babies in cheer, stop wanting your baby to be the flyer, and your baby ain't got fly weight on them. Don't nobody want to toss your fat ass baby in the air and then have their baby down there with that look on their face like we got to try to hold this when it come down here. Kids down there looking scared because they done tossed her fat ass in the air and now here she come.
Can't catch all that. You can't.
Now we gonna need new teeth and don't nobody want to be in the 8th grade with dentures. Gonna need new teeth or snap both my arms. What was that? Their arms broke. They tried to catch her fat ass, coach.
We need that net the fire department used to have. Remember that net the fire department?
Yeah. You can be a flyer if we are allowed to use trampoline.
Oh, God. All right.
We throw you in there. We slide the trampoline in there.
All right. Coming up next is the moment you've been waiting for, the live Strawberry Letter with me and Steve right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
911, what's your emergency?
He shot her. Oh my God.
It's a nightmare we could never have imagined.
And a killer who is still on the loose.
My small town rocked by murder.
There are certain murders I'm scared to discuss.
In the 1980s, we're in high school losing friends, teachers, and community members. One after another for a decade.
We weren't safe anywhere.
We're teenagers terrified to leave our own homes. Would we be next? Who is killing all the kids? And why?
In that moment, I saw rage.
And why do some want the town's secrets to stay dead and buried forever?
I'm not sure why you're digging up all this old stuff again, but I'd be careful. Don't say I didn't warn you, Nancy.
Listen to The Murder Years on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, and I would argue a nation of some major filth.
Hi, I'm Gabby Watts, comedian and podcast producer. Also, not to brag, I went to an Ivy League school and majored in history and graduated highly unawarded. And I'm hosting a new history podcast called American Filth, where we're diving into the filthy underbelly of the good old US of A. I'll be talking about a founding father who died from a DIY catheter, the woman who wrote the dirtiest blues song ever recorded, how the Pilgrims smelled terrible, and of course, a 17th century bestiality panic. So join me as I plunge face first into the dirtiest people and events in the annals of American history. Listen to American Filth on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, Steve, the time has come, so let's just get to it. We're going to address what's been trending.
Well, here's the deal. We decided to just address it since it's out there. You know, it's one thing when we're dealing with gossip, rumor, and hearsay. That's one thing. You know, I've dealt with this for years. But when it's not gossip, and it comes from, you know, a reliable source, then it turns into something different. And so, you know, all of this trending stuff and all this here. And so after some deliberation, we got together. Now, here's the deal about this Strawberry Letter. I have no idea what Shirley's going to say. I told Shirley that it was up to her how she wanted to address it. You know, I did go along with this as an idea. I'm not saying I didn't do that, because we talked about it as a radio family and decided this may be the best way. You know, because it's no longer rumor. It's not gossip or anything. You know, this is something that's really touching us all right now. And so, yeah, this is a Strawberry Letter. And like, you know, I was, you know, being sarcastic when I did the tease last week. The Strawberry Letter is, I didn't know, the subject was, I didn't know I was going to be my own letter. You know, and, which is true. Now, oftentimes I joke about it because some of these letters sound like I was in it, but this one is. And so today, the way I'm going to do it, Shirley, I'm going to just let you talk.
Okay.
I think I think it's up to you to be as honest or revealing as you choose to be. You know, we can talk about as much of it as you like, but I think it's an opportunity for you to say what you want to say and share your feelings on it, and then we'll have an exchange about it.
Okay. All right, Steve, I'm going to just start by saying that my estranged husband is in jail. He's been in jail for over a year since about right after the 4th of July of 2022. And recently, some phone calls from last year between he and I were leaked. And on those calls, you hear me saying you were winded going up the stairs at your home And Marjorie looks at us as the help. And right here and now, I want to apologize to you and Marjorie for what I said. As much as I wish I could, I can't take it back. I can't. I said it, and I want to apologize. It was definitely not me trying to add to what you and Marjorie already have going on in your lives right now. But the fact that these tapes were released, it does seem like everyone is coming to you, coming for you, I should say, at this time, including me. But in reality, the tapes have nothing to do with what you and Marjorie have going on. It was just me running my mouth in a private conversation, or what I thought was a private conversation. And again, I apologize. I feel terrible. I make no excuses. I said what I said, and there's no denying it. There's no taking it back. Back then, when the phone calls happened, I was trying to stand by my man, be supportive wife. I've been married to this man for 8 years. I had no idea that all this was going on with him. I had no idea. And the charges that he's facing are horrific. They are really bad. I for sure did not want your name mentioned in any kind of way associated with my mess. So I had to call you. I had to tell you it was a hard call for me to make. But I called you. And I want to clear something up, Steve. You did not introduce me to him. I met him through a friend. I should say an ex-friend now. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I had to tell you, he was in jail. It was going to come out. I didn't want you to hear it from anyone else. I wanted you to hear it from me, because I knew once the police and everyone, got involved, and they were already involved, and they found out who his wife was and who she worked with and all of that, and that's you, Steve Harvey, it would become, a real big story, because it's your name. And like I told you, Steve, when I called you, I didn't want to call you. I mean, I was embarrassed. I was hurt. I felt so stupid, and, I felt betrayed, humiliated. It was just terrible. I mean, I kept saying to myself, how is this my life? Police and jail and all of this. It was just something that I didn't, I'd never experienced anything like this. The police came, they took my car. I was at the salon getting my hair done. They rolled up, took my car. I had to have my stylist take me home. I had to move in with friends. I lost my house. I lost everything. Oh, and I have to tell you this too. Like on the day, July 4th, we were having dinner with friends, and we were going to watch the fireworks after that. And so the fireworks didn't happen that night because it was like a terrible, terrible storm. So the fireworks got canceled. And when I look back, I see now that was kind of a metaphor for what was about to happen in my life. The thunderstorms were coming. They were coming. The next day was the last time I saw him. He was arrested the very, very next day. I didn't even know he was arrested. I couldn't get in touch with him later that day. Well, I'll tell you the rest later, how I got the phone call from jail and all of that. But we'll be back at 23 minutes after the hour with this live Strawberry Letter.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, we're back, everybody. And our Strawberry Letter this morning, as you can see, is a very, very real letter. I'm not going to interrupt it at this point. Shirley was going over some of the key points about how she discovered the actions of her husband, the date that she discovered it. She's apologized for the things that was said about myself and Marjorie in the letter. I'm not responding right now. I'm allowing her to tell her story. I think it's important that a person tells their side of it, because like I said earlier, this is no longer hearsay. This is not gossip or rumor. This is real life. So Shirley, you can continue.
All right. So I was telling you how I found out that he was in jail. I got a call from the jail, And, I didn't answer it because I'm like, who would be calling me from jail? I looked at my phone like, jail? Where'd this call? It just didn't compute. So I just ignored it. But he got word to me through one of his friends. They texted me that he was at Fulton County Jail. So the next time he called, I picked up, and that was him that had called earlier from jail. And he told me what happened. I thought he would be getting out in a couple of days because that's what he told me. But of course, here we are a year later. Those days turned into weeks. The weeks turned into months. And like I said, this is just on and on. Every day is just something. And my life has just been a nightmare ever since. And it's still going on, Steve. I mean, I had no idea that those tapes would be released to the world. I knew that they were being recorded, but I didn't know that they were going to go out to the world. I mean, I was just trying to make conversation with him, trying to, just get him to think about something other than where he was. I was telling him about my day, this particular day, and that was the day we were talking about, on the phone when I said those things about you and the things that you heard and the world heard. And cut to today, I haven't spoken to him in quite some time. Divorce proceedings are underway. And Steve, at this point, all I could say is what I have is my faith. If it wasn't for God, I probably would have, lost my mind or something in this instance. People don't see what happens when these mics go off. Who wants their personal stuff, their private conversations to go out to public? No one wants that. I mean, what could I say to you after this, happened? I was devastated. I mean, absolutely devastated. I mean, I thought of everything, I could lose my job. How could I face you? Everything, what I'm going through is what I'm going through, and I've been going through it for over a year. I just haven't spoken about it. Then on top of all that, these tapes come out and I'm talking about you and Marjorie, and you guys are going through your own private hell right now. You didn't need me to contribute to anything, and I thought back, because I knew I had to say something, speak on. You created this term years ago in Los Angeles called reality radio. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is about as real as it gets, Sure. And the reason I'm here before you now, I wanted to say it live on the radio, is because your name is in it. We've been friends for a long time, Steve, and these jail calls were made public, and I wanted to give you and Marjorie a public apology and to ask for your forgiveness publicly. I just wanted to have a real moment with you. And, I have to tell you, I've been coming to work every day because, it's my only safe haven right now. It gave me a place where I could still be myself and forget my troubles for a little while, and just, do my job. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you, of course, Steve, Tommy, Junior, and of course my girl Carla, for the space and the grace that you guys have shown me. This is a very difficult time in my life, if you can imagine. I love you guys. We're family, and I thank you. And I just want to thank everyone. I'm just trying to live. I'm sorry for what you and your wife are going through right now in your life. And I hate your names were dragged into my drama because you certainly don't deserve it. That's it.
Well, Shirley, let me say this. First of all, what's happening to me and Marjorie, I'm going to address that. But let me say this, though. The devil is busy. The devil is busy. And the devil don't come for those he got. He sends those that he has. So now, with all that's going on around us right now, what I do understand, though, see, this jailhouse conversation you had was last year in October 2022. But the devil know how to pile on at the right time. So this tape that was made in October 2022 gets released right on the heels of all of this to just pile on some more. And I guess you say, it was recorded because, when everybody get that phone call, who ain't had that phone call? Fulton County, we please know yourself phone call. This phone call is being recorded. We come back, we'll address some more. But this strawberry letter look like it's about to be the 9 o'clock hour. So we'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, y'all, we're back, and the strawberry letter has been extended because I think there's a lot that need to be said. Just to give you a brief recap, we opened up the floor for Shirley to tell her story, whatever she wanted to do. We didn't rehearse this. We didn't plan this. Shirley came out and apologized for the things that were said about myself and my wife. But I also realize, and I know the timing of all this is important, because this conversation she had with her estranged husband was in October of 2022. The tapes got released right now. So, and then when you can throw my name on anything, because you look at all these stories, my name headlines the stuff. And so Shirley, when it came out, she called right away, apologized and everything. And so I understand that. And Shirley didn't want her mess to become our mess. Let me say this to you, Shirley. We have known about this right after it happened. Right. But we can't get in nobody's marriage and just go, girl, what you doing? What you thinking? What you feeling?
We didn't want to say nothing.
Right. They didn't want to say nothing.
We didn't want to talk about it.
We didn't want to talk about it, and we wanted to create for you a space where you could come to work and have some moments, because I know what it's like.
And you did.
To get beaten and eaten alive. And so it became, for us, let's just be there for her. And when you want to tell us, you will tell us.
Yeah.
When you're ready. Now, good thing you had Monica, Mississippi Monica, who has been with you this whole ride. You did confide in her. Mm-hmm. So Monica would keep us posted, but until you wanted to invite us in, we were just left over here as a support system. And so we were just, yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but can I just say this? I look at you guys as my family. We all are family. A lot of times there was a time when we saw each other more than we saw our actual families. And, it was just so hard for me I'm a private person, but we all have our stuff. We talk afterwards. We're friends. We're all that. It was just hard for me to bring this particular thing up. I was just so embarrassed, and humiliated. And I just felt like a fool. I felt so stupid. And, I couldn't. It's not that I didn't want to talk about it. I just couldn't find the words. And that's the honest to God's truth. I just couldn't come to you guys. If you had come to me, I would have opened up, but I understand, but I couldn't. It was too much. It was just too much for me at that time,
Okay. Shirley, we get it. Hang on. This strawberry letter's been extended. This is important, y'all. We'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
911, what's your emergency?
He shot her. Oh my God.
It's a nightmare we could never have imagined.
And a killer who is still on the loose.
My small town rocked by murder.
There are certain murders I'm scared to discuss.
In the 1980s, we're in high school losing friends, teachers, and community members. One after another for a decade.
We weren't safe anywhere.
We're teenagers terrified to leave our own homes. Would we be next? Who is killing all the kids? And why?
In that moment, I saw rage.
And why do some want the town's secrets to stay dead and buried forever?
I'm not sure why you're digging up all this old stuff again, but I'd be careful. Don't say I didn't warn you, Nancy.
Listen to The Murder Years on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, and I would argue a nation of some major filth.
Hi, I'm Gabby Watts, comedian and podcast producer. Also, not to brag, I went to an Ivy League school and majored in history and graduated highly unawarded. And I'm hosting a new history podcast called American Filth, where we're diving into the filthy underbelly of the good old US of A. I'll be talking about a founding father who died from a DIY catheter, the woman who wrote the dirtiest blues song ever recorded, how the Pilgrims smelled terrible, and of course, a 17th century bestiality panic. So join me as I plunge face first into the dirtiest people and events in the annals of American history. Listen to American Filth on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're back on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. We've been addressing it all. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on the recap because we got so many things to go over. But if you've been listening, you've been listening. If you haven't, then you just got to get brought up to speed. We're on the iHeart app. You can play it all day long. You can hear this whole interview. Shirley opened up with the apology to me and my wife. And I wanted to make you all aware of the timing of it. You know, my wife and me, we've been getting beat up for the past 2 weeks. But when something like this happens, you know, our motto has always been to never address bloggers.
Right.
And we don't give it no room or steam.
No life.
No, nothing. Because we know who we are and we know whose we are. And so we don't address bloggers. When this came out, it's a little bit different because it's not gossip, rumor, or malicious lie. It came from the inside circle. Because we are inside circle. We are family. And so when it came out, you know, Marjorie is on baby watch right now. We got another grandchild coming, and the baby's due any minute, so Marjorie's over there on baby watch. She's just doing grandmama duties. And Marjorie don't really get into all this right here. And so I didn't really, look, I'm so used to getting beat up, but I didn't know how Marjorie was feeling about everything that's out there. Mm-hmm. Because these bottom feeders are just beating my wife up. And even though we've made a conscious effort and we said we're not going to address it, I'm tired of it. And so when this came out, this how the devil work. I'm going to pile it on. I'm going to go get somebody that worked for me. Because one more time, the devil don't come for those he got. He sends the ones he has. So now I'm going to get me a government employee that needs some money, that work in Fulton County. I'm going to get a hold of him. I'm going to release these tapes. I'm going to get him to need a little bit of money. I'm going to give it to this female blogger, and she going to get a little bit of money, and now I'm going to soak them. But the timing of it was ugly because of everything else that's going on right now. And it made it look like Shirley was piling on. Mm-hmm. And that wasn't her intent, but it happened. Like I say, I understand. The part I'm coming with now is because it's been so ugly for my wife, man. And see, this is what I've never done before. It's been so ugly for my wife. And I've stood there trying not to say nothing, but I'm not a blog. Me, Shirley, Carla, Tommy, Mississippi Jr., we ain't a blog. We're a real media platform. And I don't know if you all know what it's like to wake up every morning that we get up, and our job and mission is to brighten your day. And it don't matter how dark our day is. We got the job to be the morning show. And we got to put on the show. And Tommy come in here with Junior coming here off a crisis with sickle cell. Tommy come in here with bad news. Tommy get hit with cancer. Shirley going through her life right here. Carla got a whole family over here. Everybody got crosses to bear. But we got to come in here anyway, and we got to be the morning show. In spite of what's happening in our life, when it ain't funny or fun or inspirational or motivational or informative at all, we just in here trying to make it. So I get it. So what I'm about to do now is clear up a few things. And And the comment that came out, it was untimely. But that's why we don't have people in our house. That's why that's why a whole lot of stuff we don't do. But when I come back, we'll be back. And my fat wheezing ass will straighten all this out.
Stop. I said I was sorry.
But I just want to be clear about that. I just wanted my fat wheezing ass going up these steps. I'm going to be back. I'm not going to let that go.
You were winded, though.
Well, you sorry all you want. Hell, that's what I heard.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, y'all, we back. And this morning we've been dealing with everything. So I hope you've been up because I'm not going to recap because it takes too much time. My wife and I talked about this. And I prayed about this. And Marjorie told me, Steve, drop it. Let it go. But I see my wife's face. And I see the pain she been in. And she ain't just been in this pain for 2 weeks. She been in this pain for 17 years with me. And so now what I want to do right now, I want to tell you something about my wife. Because we sitting up in here and we dealing with stuff and that y'all just printing lies and rumors and the viciousness of it is what I'm finna talk about. Now, let me tell you something. Normally, we don't care nothing about your blogs and all this here. But I'm really tired of y'all, man. And you know the sad thing behind all of this? The majority of these blogs, they black people. The very people that we try to uphold and uplift the most. What all of our foundation is about saving and changing the lives of young black people. And then it's the black bloggers that's the nastiest when it comes to all of us. And that's the part I want to get at, and then I'm gonna let it go. Because after today, ain't no more. After today, there will be no more. So when we come back, we'll be more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I'm so sick of this strawberry letter. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, we're back. Here's the deal. I'm gonna do a list of facts. My wife asked me not to do it. Because she said, Steve, all them haters gonna do is flip anything you say in reverse. Well, you're doing it anyway. And you out there just lying about my girl. And you tearing away at her character. And I don't like what you're doing to her. I don't like the timing of this jailhouse release because it just seemed like it added more and it came from the inside. I'm tired. But she got to be tired. The woman I married is a good woman. She the best thing ever happened to me. She's God-fearing. She's loyal. She's faithful. And she's a kind and loving person. I don't care what nobody says. And y'all quit talking about she was in my other marriage and ruined it. She didn't. She was nowhere around that. My marriage, I got divorced in 2005. My marriage was over when the Kings of Comedy was out. Y'all ain't know that though, did you? It was over then. It took us this long to get to the divorce. That's when the official paperwork came out. But in 2005, let me hip you to something. I had nothing. I lost the radio show we were on in L.A. on March 23rd, and I lost the only TV show I had May 10th. Steve Harvey had no money. Got with Marjorie again New Year's Eve, met her, talked to her. She was with her kids in Hawaii. We got together in 2006. We had nothing. She didn't marry into no lap of riches. I had nothing. When I asked her to marry me at the end of 2006, and then she said she wanted to get married in 2007. I sold her too soon. I got to get some stuff together. She said, what? I said, baby, I ain't really got nothing. I'm trying to build. She said, I'm going to get in there and build with you. We got married in 2007. Do you know what I was doing in 2007? Nothing. We had 4 stations in 2005. 4. We built this. All of us built this. We had 4 stations. We turned this into something. But that woman got down in that foxhole with me and turned this into something. In 2007, we got married. In 2008, we found out that somebody had stolen 7 years of my tax returns. I ain't gonna mention no names. And we owed the government $22 million and we in debt. But then guess what? She stayed with me in that. Then guess what? In 2009, I got Family Feud. In 2009, the book came out. In 2012, the talk show came out. I'm telling you, this woman got in the hole and built this with me. She didn't steal nothing. And I'm tired of y'all talking about my girl. Because my girl is one of the best women I've ever met. And why you black ass people out there got these blogs like you just gonna destroy somebody, I don't really know what that's about. But don't worry about it, because it ain't working. Because all we are now, we are a tighter two-handed circle. Thank you for doing that. And you're not gonna split us up, and we're not going nowhere, and she is none of what you said she is, and she the best chick I know. Now I'm defending her, and you can feel how you want to feel about that. That's the God in me. But now let me give you one piece of Steve Harvey. If I see your ass.
We'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
911, what's your emergency?
He shot her. Oh my God.
It's a nightmare we could never have imagined.
And a killer who is still on the loose.
My small town rocked by murder.
There are certain murders I'm scared to discuss.
In the 1980s, we're in high school losing friends, teachers, and community members. One after another for a decade.
We weren't safe anywhere.
We're teenagers terrified to leave our own homes. Would we be next? Who is killing all the kids? And why?
In that moment, I saw rage.
And why do some want the town's secrets to stay dead and buried forever?
I'm not sure why you're digging up all this old stuff again, but I'd be careful. Don't say I didn't warn you, Nancy.
Listen to The Murder Years on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, we're back. This is the end of the show. It's been a morning.
I'm proud of you, Shirley. I really am.
Yeah, Shirley, I'm proud of you. We love
it. It takes a lot of strength and a lot of courage to do what you did, to be transparent like this, Shirley. You tell your story. Don't let other people tell your story. In our journey in life, we all make mistakes. Shirley, we all make mistakes. And you have to keep asking God to guide your steps.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah.
Can I say this?
Yeah, man.
We family, and we got family members. There's not a moment that I ain't got on Steve's nerves and he ain't said, and he, in a private conversation with somebody else, you know what, Tommy got on my damn nerve today. It's not like we haven't said things that we just say, you know what, the Junior got on my damn nerve. I'm sick of Junior ass. I said that to somebody.
I've said the same thing, Tom.
You know what I'm saying?
This morning before I came to work, actually.
Tommy getting on your nerves. You said it before you opened the mic.
All these damn pictures he's sending, Lord.
Ooh. Another fish.
You know, man, Carla's right. Tommy's right. Nobody wants their private thoughts brought.
Come on, man.
Nobody. Do you know what would happen if any of us had our private thoughts and private conversation aired? Lord,
yeah, I do.
We wouldn't have no damn. We wouldn't have a morning show. Y'all show wouldn't have a job out there. I just think that everybody. We don't live in a world that's forgiving anymore.
Not at all.
We don't live in a kind world anymore. We live in a fallen world. But we do have a lot of huge fans on this show. And we do understand that there's a lot of people who love us. The problem, and I've said it 100 times, is hate is louder than love. But love is stronger. And we all gonna have to learn that lesson. And as much as I want to get out there and change things, and as much as I wish people would stand up and back me more, that ain't the world we live in. We live in a social media climate, and everybody's idea is to tear somebody down to get clicks. And we're just not going to sit here and let you click this sister's life away. And I'm not going to sit here no longer and let you destroy my wife's image and character. It's hard. And we need each other to support each other to show love. Now, look, man, do I expect this to change anything? Probably not. But you know what? At least it feel good to say your piece. Sometimes, man, you just want to be able to say your side of it. Tell your damn story, your truth. Now, are they going to twist it? Yes.
Yes.
Are they going to try to flip it and use it against you? Yes. But I got news for you. Isaiah 54:17 is real. It's the word of God. And I don't care what you do, what God got for me, what God got for you, what God got for Shirley. There ain't nothing you can do about it. What God got for Carla, what God got for Junior, for Tommy, for Monica. There's nothing you can do about it. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. You know what's really crazy, man? Do you know really how YouTube and all this stuff works? Do you know how many tens of thousands of clicks you have to get to make 3 to 5 cents? Do you know how many millions of views you got to have to make thousands of dollars? But here what happened. When y'all jump on that danger tear 'em down trail and you post your video, what y'all do to each other is y'all cannibalize each other. So if y'all would just leave that one video, everybody would have to go there to see it. And that person could profit. But now y'all take it like y'all did your music and you spread it on your site. Now a person can go anywhere and get it. Now guess what? Now ain't nobody getting 1 million views, so don't nobody profit. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I just wish, man, that we as a people would get out the hate business, because the hate business don't pay. I don't know if y'all been watching real close, but if you look at anybody out there that's been in the hate business, that don't look real good right now. I don't know if you noticed that. Listen, y'all, there's a motivational speaker named George White, and this dude, he released something that has kept me. And I play it to myself every day. I'm going to play this. This is George White, a motivational speaker.
God chose you. So you're going to have to fight more. You're going to have to do more. You're going to have to overcome more. But you're going to receive more. You're going to receive more. You who your bloodline been waiting for. And God chose you because he know he can trust you. He know he can trust you. He know you will keep faith when things go bad. He know that you won't retaliate when people do evil against you. He know that you won't be conformed to this world, but you'll be transformed by the renewing of your mind. By the renewing of your mind, because you chosen. Big dog.
That's the God I serve. That's the God we serve. Shirley, you're our girl. You're our family. All is forgiven. We come into work. Tommy.
One more thing real important, Shirley.
Yes?
At least you don't have to cook no more. You know?
That's
you
what
know
you
what I'm
got.
saying?
Everything she said. That's what
you know
you
what I'm saying, Shirley? I mean, you ain't got to cook no more, Shirley. Shirley.
Look at the bright side. There's a silver lining.
Put the pots and pans up, Shirley.
Well, I just want to say, thank you guys for letting me finally get that out. I've been holding it in for quite some time.
Yes, you have.
Thank you guys. That's all I can say. And Steve, to you, thank you, of course, for not firing me.
This ain't worth losing no job over. I had way worse stuff happen to me. But you know what did? I just found out my fat wheezing ass had to do something.
Just do some cardio. That's all.
I'm already got this. Hey, you forgot. That's an old ass tape. You ain't seen me. I'm so fly right now. All right, y'all. Hey, man, y'all keep talking to God. We love you.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
911, what's your emergency?
You shot her!
It's a nightmare we could never have imagined.
And a killer who is still on the loose.
In the 1980s, we're in high school losing friends, teachers, and community members.
We weren't safe anywhere.
Would we be next?
It was getting harder and harder to live in Mount Pine.
Listen to The Murder Years on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm comedian Gabby Watts, and I'm hosting a new history podcast called American Filth, where we're diving into the filthy underbelly of the good old US of A. I'll be talking about a founding father who died from a DIY catheter, the woman who wrote the dirtiest blues song ever recorded, how the Pilgrims smelled terrible, and of course, a 17th century bestiality panic. Listen to American Filth on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
On his new podcast, 6 Degrees with Kevin Bacon, join Kevin for inspiring conversations with his friends and fellow celebrities who are working to make a difference in the world, like actor Matthew McConaughey.
You know, I found myself moving upstate in the middle of this fracking fight, you know, and I'm trying to raise kids there. And you know, my neighbor's like willing to poison my water.
Listen to 6 Degrees with Kevin Bacon on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm the Wizard of Oz. I'm the one making everything happen.
Real Housewife of Salt Lake City star Jen Shaw is running the scam of the century.
I remember one time Stuart lost like about $8 million. Jen was very upset and she came down to the office late at night with Coach, yelling and screaming at him, asking him where their money is.
Listen to Queen of the Con, Season 4, The Unreal Housewife, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.